Experts say that the average person walks about 150 to 180 miles in a year. With all that hoofing around, are you in the right footwear? Well, if you like to wear any of the following shoes, then they could be doing some real damage to your feet and your whole body. Starting with the most famous feet torturers. Number 1. High heels. High heels might make you look and feel fabulous, giving you all the confidence to rule the world, but from your feet's perspective, these shoes are the ultimate nightmare. One study from Manchester Metropolitan University found that wearing high heels regularly throughout your life can shorten your calf muscles by an alarming 13%. But that's still not all. Back in 2015, the University of Alabama published some scary statistics that showed that more than 120,000 women ended up in the ER between 2002 and 2012 thanks to high heel-related injuries. And that comes as no surprise to experts, since high heels are infamous for causing sprains, ingrown toenails, nerve damage, and lower back pain. But there's good news too. You don't have to give up heels completely to protect your feet. Dr. Emily Splikal, a podiatrist and human movement specialist, says that shoes with heels of 3 inches and less are perfectly fine for your feet. Anything above that, though, already changes the biomechanics of your walk. So get yourself a nice pair of 3-inch heels and keep on conquering the world in fashion and comfort. Number 2. Platforms. Even though platforms really do look nice, your feet hate them with a passion. These shoes are never flexible and have very rigid footbeds. As a result, your feet can't bend a certain way when need be, which goes completely against the natural way a person walks. Experts suggest that you stop wearing this type of shoe for good to keep your foot health in check. Still, if you decide to wear platforms, Dr. Hilary Brenner from the American Podiatric Medical Association says that you should make sure that the heel of the platforms doesn't go higher than the toe area. This will help decrease the strain that high-heeled platforms typically put on your metatarsal bones. Number 3. Flip-flops. What could be more comfy than the ultimate fun-in-the-sun shoe? Well, believe it or not, flip-flops don't come without their own serious risks. First of all, I'm sure you've had a pair that's rubbed your skin in between your toes the wrong way, giving you a painful and unsightly blister. Plus, they simply do not support your feet properly, which can provoke misalignment in your ankles and knees. Finally, when you're wearing flip-flops, your feet constantly have to hang onto the strap. Over time, this can lead to toe and bone deformities. Instead of choosing flip-flops as your go-to summer footwear, opt for fashionable and cozy slide sandals. They're basically the next best thing to being barefoot. Just spend a day in them and you'll instantly notice a difference. Number 4. Flats. Okay, it might seem obvious why high heels, flip-flops, and platforms are bad footwear, but what about flats? What could possibly be wrong with them? Well, this type of shoe has its own major problem. They don't provide any support for your feet whatsoever. This puts extra pressure on your plantar fascia, which is a muscle that connects your heels and toes. This strain slowly but steadily leads to pain in your knees and even your back. To avoid this problem, you don't have to give up your favorite pair of flats, just get some orthotic inserts. They'll give your arch the much-needed support, and there you go, problem solved. If only everything in life were so simple. Number 5. Pointed shoes. Pointed shoes are always a great addition to any outfit, and they can really make you feel like you can take on anything that comes your way. But when it comes to your feet, they definitely aren't the best or healthiest footwear choice. The thing is, these shoes give your feet a really tight squeeze, which is never good, especially if you have wide feet. This extra pressure can lead to all kinds of unpleasant conditions, including nerve pain, blisters, and bunions. What's even scarier, they can lead to a painful deformity called hammer toe. This is when one of your toes, usually the second or third one, bends or curls downward instead of pointing straight ahead. If you just can't give up your favorite pointy-toed shoes, then at least try to minimize their negative impact by making sure that your feet feel totally comfortable inside of them. Remember, even the slightest pressure is a sign that these shoes certainly aren't for you. Number 6. Running shoes. Hey, the name says it all, so there shouldn't be any question as to when you're supposed to wear these shoes. Simply put, these shoes are great for running and exercising, but not for everyday wear. And the real reason behind it is their extra flexibility and softness that, believe it or not, are not good for your feet in the long run, no pun intended. Nonetheless, if you love this type of footwear way too much to give it up, at least switch to athletic shoes with harder bottoms. They'll support your feet but still feel comfortable and light. Whatever type of shoes you decide to buy, there are a few simple recommendations you should follow just to make sure that your feet will feel comfortable and stay happy. First and foremost, try to go shopping in the afternoon. By this time, your feet will have naturally expanded a little just from being used for so many hours. If you hold off till this time, it'll make it easier to find a great pair of shoes that'll stay comfy all day long. Secondly, measure your feet regularly. Pediatric surgeon Dr. Jacqueline Sutera says that our feet change significantly over time. The ligaments and tendons get looser every year. Plus, gravity and body weight make our feet wider and more stretched out. That's why shoes that used to fit like a glove may suddenly feel really uncomfortable. So, before going to the store, measure your feet to know exactly what to look for. Another important trick is to take a tracing of your foot with you. This may seem a little weird, but it's one of the best ways to figure out whether your new shoes will fit perfectly or be super uncomfortable. Just place one of the shoes you're looking to buy on top of the tracing. If it's narrower or shorter, these shoes aren't for you. Examining the soles is another crucial step that many people forget about. Ideally, they should provide great protection for your feet in case you step on or bump into a sharp object, but still feel like a comfy cushion. Remember how platforms are too rigid and running shoes are too flexible? That's the key for you. Healthy shoes should be the epitome of balance, flexible enough, but still slightly rigid and stable. If everything's alright, put the shoes on and stand in them for a bit. How do they feel? Is there any pressure? Don't forget to press on top of the shoes to find out whether there's some space between your longest toe and the end of the shoe. Having no space is a bad sign. This means that your feet won't have enough room to press forward, which can make it difficult for you to walk. Finally, check the inside of your shoes for any inconvenient tags, seams, or other things that may irritate your foot. If there's nothing to worry about, it's time to finally walk in them. Great and healthy shoes should feel comfortable, light, and flexible. Forget about the whole, "I'll break them in and they'll be alright" type of thinking. Why put your feet through unnecessary stress when you can get shoes that fit perfectly from the start? It's always possible to find beautiful and comfortable shoes, so don't put your health on the line and choose wisely. What's your favorite type of shoes? Let everybody know down in the comments. Don't forget to give this video a like, share it with your friends, and click subscribe to always stay on the bright side of life.